It's time for Down on the Corner with Dale Hoffman, North Arkansas's premier news talk program. Brought to you by Brood Awakening Coffee, with 3 locations to serve you. Baxter Regional Medical Center lobby, Highway 62 412 at Balmer Boulevard, and the Walmart East Plaza. And now, Down on the Corner.
Good morning, North Central Arkansas and Southern Missouri. It is Monday, February 4th, 2019. It is 7 a.m.
Whoop, whoop. It's a beautiful
How about
morning.
this weather?
I love it.
Oh, man.
Chance of snow on Friday.
Yep.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. You had to burst my bubble.
Yep.
We got these
I didn't want
Welcome
you-
to Mr. Positive here.
Hey, I didn't want you floating out of here. Where'd Scooter go? I don't know. His head blew up.
That's it. I quit.
I don't want to play with you anymore.
You guys don't play fair. and I don't
61
wanna play
degrees
no
and
more.
Mr. Positive. It's going to snow on Friday.
It ain't going to snow on Friday.
We're,
Don't listen to him. He's just
Yeah, but
Hey,
this
the
is
bombing.
groundhog said early spring.
This
so
is the same guy that said going to have snow on Christmas.
you got close. I think it was a week or
It did somewhere.
yeah, somewhere. North Pole. Anyway, good morning, everybody.
Anchorage.
Welcome down on the corner program. Dale Hoffman, your host, along with Bob Recktenwald and Scooter Klaus, and
The crowd goes wild. Go ahead.
yeah,
Go ahead.
yeah, the crowd.
They're coming.
We had to do this without an audience, you know. So how was
Not
your
always.
weekend? Huh?
Not always.
Yeah, well, we had some people stop by. How was your weekend?
Good. Good. Busy weekend. Wrestling.
Yeah, you were gone all weekend, weren't you? Is
Yeah,
that the-
but I got home late Saturday night, so
Oh,
it was
okay.
pretty late. But
So season wrapped up?
no, gosh, no, we hadn't even had state yet.
Oh, when's that?
2 weeks for the youth and 3 weeks for the high school.
So you wrap it up the end of the month.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyway, good morning and welcome to Down on the Corner program. I'm enjoying take 2.
That's
It's
all,
Monday.
folks.
Forgot to iron the wrinkles out of my tongue today. I'm enjoying Brood Awakening Coffee. You can do the same thing. As you heard in the opening, there's 3 locations to serve you right here in Mountain Home. Balmer Boulevard, which at 7:02 will be getting busy. School resumes today after the break due to the flu. And so they're going to be busy on Balmer Boulevard, Brood Awakening Coffee. Then you got 62 East Plaza out by Anytime Fitness and, of course, Baxter Regional Medical Center lobby. 3 locations to serve you the best coffee in town. Brood Awakening Coffee. Check them out. Lattes, mochas, you name it. They've got anything you want. Just check them out. Brood Awakening Coffee, best coffee in town. If you're not drinking Brood Awakening, you're just drinking muddy water. Mike and his staff do a great job in the 3 locations. So check them out. Brood Awakening Coffee. Good morning prayer is brought to you by Roller Funeral Home right here in Mountain Home and across the state of Arkansas. 29 Roller Funeral Homes in the state, 1 in Memphis, Tennessee to serve you. Very professional. And I tell you what, went through it, of course, with Mom back in November. Just handed them some papers, said, here's what I need, tell me what to do. And within hours, everything was handled. So Bob had a customer that says, you need to talk about pre-planning. So Charlotte was here, Bruce was here, and we did that. When did we do that? Late January?
Yeah.
Late January. And so pre-plan, Roller Funeral Homes will sit down with you. Charlotte, Brad, Bruce, Chris, anyone can lead you in the right direction. So whether it's an emergency, unexpected, or an anticipated passing of a loved one, Roller Funeral Homes the utmost in professionalism, and they'll just bend over backwards to help you with your time of need. And so let's pause now for the morning prayer. Heavenly Father, according to several unrelated news sources, the United States gained 304,000 jobs in January, plus Dodge trucks will move from Mexico back to Michigan, putting more Americans back to work. Lord, that's the good news, but there's still work to do. On January 31st, 254 pounds of fentanyl was confiscated on the Mexico-Arizona border by border agents, yet we can't get a wall. Someone enters this country illegally seems to have more protection than an unborn child within its mother. Yes, there's work to be done, plus at least 40 arrests due to human sex trafficking in Atlanta because of the Super Bowl. Lord, I pray for this country. We need a revival across this land. I pray you forgive us, Lord, and that's my prayer today. Amen. Roller Funeral Homes across the state bring you the morning prayer each and every day with all our respect. Roller Funeral Homes. And now, brace yourself. It's not too bad.
He didn't care too much for that one, I take it.
You only have to hear this on Monday. I get it Monday through Friday.
He knows when to mute the TV in the regular time. He's not here.
Morning weather brought to you by Old Time Restaurant on the
Volume
Square.
doesn't even go up until 7:7.
I don't blame you. I'd go 7:15 if I was you.
Morning weather brought to you by Old Time Restaurant on the Square in Mountain Home. I had a great breakfast Saturday morning.
Well, good for you.
In fact, I tell you. He says, "Where'd you eat?"
I had a hotel breakfast. You know how those go.
A moldy stale roll or something, or an orange or a banana.
They had this. I can't believe it's not egg.
It's
kind of
what?
that scrambled egg that's not.
Like egg beaters or something.
Yeah, egg beaters and sausage patties that were heated up in the microwave, I believe.
Probably turkey patties.
Yeah. It was a good wholesome.
You still have a pulse?
Barely.
Yeah, we enjoyed a fine breakfast Saturday morning. In fact, I went in Friday afternoon. Thought I'm going to stop down to the restaurant and get some dessert. Had I think I had the grasshopper pie.
Yeah. Chocolate mint pie.
Yeah.
That's good stuff right there.
It was
How many
good.
grasshoppers does it take to make a pie?
Well,
30.
And the good thing is we steam all the grasshoppers, so they're not crunchy at all. We steam them beforehand.
Puree?
And then, and if you look on the top, we take the legs and just kind of get a little bit of crunch on the top.
There you go.
Check it out. Well,
We also call it our protein pie.
just don't ask about the bypass special, right?
Don't ask about the armadillo pie. It's all farm raised right
Anyway,
here in
best
Arkansas.
breakfast, best lunch in town. Had a great time Saturday morning, and I tell you what, just check them out Monday through Friday, 7 to 2, Saturday morning to 11 a.m. And the special today.
Today is Monday, chicken fried steak day, all day. You get chicken fried steak, eggs, hash browns, biscuit, and gravy for $6.88. Or for lunch, if you miss out, you get chicken fried steak. 2 sides, a roll of cornbread for $6.88. Can't beat it. Go try one of
And
their
it is
homemade
very,
pies.
very good. I love y'all's okra.
Oh, yeah.
I
We
love
sell
your
a
okra.
ton
I'll
of
get the
okra.
chicken fried steak, mashed potatoes with the okra. Oh, what a great lunch. Check them out. Old Time Restaurant on the Square in Mountain Home. Monday through Friday, 7 to 2, Saturday morning to 11. Best breakfast, best lunch in town. Morning weather brought to you by Old Time Restaurant.
It's no wonder his horn don't work. Eating okra.
61 degrees in Mountain Home, 62 in
Where are you
Harrison.
going anywhere with that? Well, just keep
Just,
rolling.
right
just,
into the weather with that.
just keep rolling.
59 in Hardy right now. 61 at Mountain View, Arkansas. Yellville at 61. Marshall at 61. Calico Rock at 61. Around the region, St. Louis checks in at 54. Poplar Bluff at 57. 61 at Branson. 58 at West Plains. And I had to send this to my son in Watford City. It's -9.
Good for him.
You don't think he knows it's -9? You got to send it to him?
I'm thinking,
Got to rub it in. So they've got-
Son, when you wake up here in an hour and a half, put on an extra pair of socks because it's -9.
-9 up there. Woo, wow.
he's going to figure it out as soon as he leaves the
He'll
house.
figure it out
I mean,
real quick.
Yeah, when he goes to turn on his shower and the water's froze.
His water's froze, yeah. On the radar, we got a little bit of shower activity across the country. We'll start in the West Coast, California, Oregon, Washington getting a little bit right now, along with Nevada in the northeast corner, moves into Utah and Idaho. Then in the northern part of North Dakota, around, I'll say the northeast part, north central northeast part, North Dakota. Minnesota, Wisconsin, northern Illinois getting some showers. And then the east part of, east of the Mississippi River. Tennessee, parts of Kentucky, Mississippi, Alabama getting some showers, a little bit popping up in the Carolinas and off the coast of North Carolina there. I'm going to hit that. Let's go to this radar stop right here and see what's going on here. This is in from Jackson, Tennessee, all the way down into parts of Mississippi and Alabama right now. Of course, it's not going to affect us. But I think we're starting to get to the point where we're going to need some showers around here because it's getting kind of dry.
Yeah, right.
I think they had... I think they had some grass fires in Marion County over the weekend.
You apparently haven't walked into your backyard.
Well,
mine's still soft.
I promise you.
It's
I sank 3 inches
with
last
that-
night
Yeah.
putting the chickens up.
with that wind though. It just my yard's just a little bit crunchy in the back. Yeah. So I was wondering. Anyway, Arkansas looks pretty good. Well, a little bit north of El Dorado right there. A little bit of shower activity down there. Highway 62, 412 east and west in good shape. Highway 65 north-south, Little Rock, Branson. 67, 167, Batesville, Poplar Bluff. Interstates 30, 40, 49, 55, 555 in Arkansas. All look like they're in pretty good shape. We do have some rain in the forecast later on. Hit the St. Louis stop real quick and check the state of Missouri and parts of Illinois. I-70 coming into St. Louis in good shape. East towards Vandalia, Effingham looks good. I-44, Lebanon, Rolla, St. Louis. I-55 coming in from Cape Girardeau and Sikeston looks good. Interstate 64 east of East St. Louis, Illinois towards Mount Vernon in good shape there. You can see Interstate 24 and I-57 going all the way up to Champaign-Urbana, Illinois. Had some folks yesterday say, well, we left last week and went up to Chicago and we got to Bloomington. Ooh, there was the snow. Rough trip. That's an interesting radar stop. I really can't tell you what it's saying right there, but around Springfield there is a little bit. It looks like on I-44 Joplin to Springfield. I've not seen that color combination before, the gray and the purple. You can see a little bit of the shower activity right in here on the highway from Springfield to Joplin, but I'm really not sure what the other indications are. It's got a color code says like a -15 to a -5, so I really don't know what they're saying right there. But anyway, it looks like I-44 Joplin Springfield has some shower activity right now, but Kansas City on I-70, no problems right now. The forecast map, nothing forecast for Arkansas. For southeast Missouri, we have let's see what that light green is. We got a few minutes here. I can't even pronounce it. Hydrologic outlook.
In other words, it's going to get wet.
Oh, really? It says right here that there's a heavy rainfall and flooding possible Wednesday through Thursday. And this is in southeast Missouri. Of course, that's some really, really flat land over there. You have to be careful if you got some melted ice in the cup and you pour it out on the highway, it's going to flood over there in that part of the country. Anyway, something to be aware of right there. I'm not really sure what a hydrological outlook is, but we need to heed the warning. That stretches all the way up into Illinois, Indiana, parts of Kentucky, and southwest Missouri, southern Illinois. Right now, nothing in store for Arkansas. Looks like we've got some pretty good weather. You can see the winter storm warnings and everything up north. That's where they belong, up north. Look at this forecast for today. High of 72.
Can live with that.
I can take that. 72. Low of 44 tomorrow. Tuesday, 20% chance of showers, 60 degrees tomorrow. Then showers likely, 60% chance on Tuesday night. A low of 54. Wednesday, 70% chance of showers with a high of 69. Wednesday night, an 80% chance of showers with a low of 54. Then Thursday, with an 80% chance of showers continue, the temperature starts to fall and could drop as low as 20 degrees, and that's where the chance of snow comes in. But when you have 72 and 60 and 69 and 54, and we had 70 some odd yesterday, the ground's a little bit warm. Thursday night, a low of 20, and then Friday, a high of 37. We've got a cold front apparently moving through. Then by Sunday, it's going to be 48 degrees. Chance of precip on Sunday is going to be 40%. So not to panic.
You're worried about your one dry day we had, drying up the ground too much?
Well,
there you go.
Yeah, and the drop monitor's not. It
snow,
seemed like the grass was just a little bit
There's
little bit
still
dry,
water sitting in my entryway, the drive-in.
Yeah, it's just, my backyard is to the north, and I don't know, it just seemed like it was extra dry. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. No drought situations in Arkansas or Missouri. It was updated on January 31st. Highway conditions in Arkansas look like they're in good shape. They're still working on the culvert situation there in Batesville on Highway 69. And everything's clear in Missouri. We've got all green highways up there. No indications of snow,
First
ice,
time
or
I've seen that in a while.
Yeah. Boy, even on Friday around, the St. Louis area up to the northeast corner around Cahokia, Missouri was green in color. Or blue and light blue for hazardous driving. Anyway, well, look right there. There's a little bit of blue right there. See that? What's that, Highway 54? Maybe Highway 54 right there. I'm not sure. Anyway, basically in Missouri, there can't be any snow on the roads in Missouri. It's been too warm up there. Morning weather is brought to you by Old Time Restaurant on the Square in Mountain Home. Right?
There you go.
All
Stop by, get you a good meal, give Amanda a hard time. Tell her Bob Recktenwald told you to give her a hard time. So.
Ooh. So Bob's going to be in the doghouse, huh?
He's like me. I think we stay in the doghouse.
We share fleas.
Community calendar brought to you by Affordable Housing, 870-741-2883. And this is laying here, so I guess I'll read it. From Elmcroft Senior Living, Elmcroft and Mountain Home will be hosting a complimentary dinner with entertainment Friday, February 15th from 4:30 to 6. Residents, spouses, friends, and family members are invited. The event is free and open to the public. You need to call Amanda at 870-425-6868 by February 11th to reserve your table today. The Linda Hand 2019 Masquerade Ball. This is the fundraiser for the Baxter Regional Medical Center Community Health Education and Support Houses. Takes place Saturday, February 9th at the Shed. Tickets are $100, and that includes the drinks. It's not a cash bar, so everything's included in the $100. Live music with Tragically White at 8 p.m. till midnight. Band sponsored by Integrity First Bank. This is part of the Baxter Regional Medical Center Hospital Foundation. For more information, you can call 870-508-1770. And the Mountain Home High School French Club is having a chili supper to raise funds for their summer 2020 trip to Quebec. This takes place on Friday, February 22nd from 4 to 7 at Century 21 Lemac Real Estate. Come in and enjoy a bowl of chili, dessert, and a bottle of water and help support the Mountain Home High School French Club raise money for their summer trip to Quebec. Another fundraiser, this is a spaghetti dinner fundraiser on Monday, March 4th. It's a month from today. 5:30 to 7:30, it's a drop in. Come in, get some spaghetti, and head on, do what you need to do. This is for the Mountain Home Christian Academy. Fundraisers help Mountain Home Christian Academy Junior High to travel to Kentucky to the Ark Encounter. And so donations are also welcome, but this is a spaghetti fundraiser put on by the Junior High of Mountain Home Christian Academy, Monday, March 4th. 5:30 to 7:30 to drop in. They're going to do this over at Mountain Home Bible Church at 145 Pioneer Trail. They think, now where's that? Okay, Walmart's here, Pioneer Trail's over here, and easy to find.
First left, second left past Colton's.
Okay, yeah. And so the trip will reinforce the knowledge that science may change, but God's Word remains the truth, is what they say right here from Mountain Home Christian Academy. And of course, the kids are coming in to do the prayer. I think the next Mountain Home Christian Academy student prayer will be Thursday the 7th.
There you go. Don't forget the this weekend from 9 to noon at the L.C. Simmons Youth Center. They're still doing the sports sign-ups.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up.
So for anybody that's looking to get their youth
Saturday and the next Saturday
kid in any of the season sports coming up, stop by the Youth Center. They'll be doing it from 9 to noon this Saturday. Will be the last day, I think, of the early run here.
7:17, time for a break. We're going to be right back.
If you want the best breakfast or lunch in the Twin Lakes area, then you've got to come to the Old Time Restaurant. Voted the best breakfast and lunch for 2011, the Old Time Restaurant not only gives you the Southern hospitality right when you walk in the door, they also offer scrumptious breakfast options to curb that early morning appetite. Or stop in later in the day for a tasty sandwich, salad, or a daily special. If a sweet tooth is your guilty pleasure, you can't go wrong with a pie lady cooking out over 30 different types of pies. That's the Old Time Restaurant located on the square in Mountain Home.
Our old burger was only 7 ounces, but now it's 8 with brioche bun and pickles. Comes with its own steak knife, it's really that big. Your best competition is always yourself. Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. Oh, baby, Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. We're focused on one thing, burgers, ribs, fajitas. Just that one thing, burgers, ribs, and fajitas. We're reeling in our menu because it got out of hand. We had a moment of self-actualization. Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. Oh, baby, Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back.
It's that time of year again. Time to take a hard look at your Medicare health plan. If you're looking for a new plan or looking to renew your existing plan, now's the time to renew all your options. At Bacco Insurance, we'll sit down with you and show you all the new choices and options, including $0 premium plans with low copays and dental, vision, and hearing benefits. Let us help take the confusion out of selecting a plan and find one catered to your needs. Contact Bacco Insurance today, located at 351 East 9th Street, Suite B in Mountain Home.
Do you know where your money goes when you give to charity? At the Salvation Army, 85 cents of every dollar stays to help those in need in our local community. Hi, I'm Captain Spaulding. The money we raise help people in the surrounding 5 counties, including Baxter, Marion, Sharp, Izzard, and Fulton. You can help by donating your unwanted items and by shopping at the Salvation Army store. Those in need get assistance with rent, utilities, sending kids to camp, and many other things. When it comes to this charity, the Salvation Army always helps those in our community.
Whether you're a professional landscape contractor or a homeowner in need of quality lawn equipment, Moran's Lawn & Garden has you covered. Moran's is the longest originally owned lawn and garden business in Mountain Home, with a 5,700 square foot warehouse packed full of new current year inventory for all your lawn maintenance needs. Moran stocks a full line of factory parts, and they service everything they sell, offering top names like Grasshopper, Hustler, and Country Clipper. Moran stands behind their quality service with thousands of customers using their products daily. Moran's Lawn & Garden, servicing the entire Twin Lakes area.
When I grow up, I want to save lives, like a superhero, and show up when people needed me.
When I grow up, I want to do animations. I want to create characters that can fly.
No matter what it is you want out of life, there is a path to get there.
When I grow up, I don't know what I want to do when I grow up, but I know I want to go to college.
Arkansas State University Mountain Home. Take your first step at asumh.edu.
Have you ever noticed?
Almost 7:21. Bob Recktenwald Sports.
7:21 on a Monday. That means it's sports day.
Whoop, whoop, sport day.
Well, the big weekend was Super Bowl. Did you watch it?
Was it a big weekend?
Did you watch it?
I watched maybe all in all 5 minutes.
I forgot to turn TV on.
It's my wife kind of boycotted it from the house, so I could have came over to your house and watched.
Since the Aints weren't there.
Yeah, she just wasn't big on it.
Well, guys,
the NFL got what they want. They got the two biggest TV markets, Boston and Los Angeles. I mean, it's.
I'll admit to you that I'm probably one of the biggest football fans in the world, and I didn't even turn it on until it was halfway through the first quarter. I didn't want to take the chance on all the political crap happening before the game.
I think it was pretty clean, though, from what I heard.
I heard it was absolutely clean.
Yeah, I think it went well.
They said that there was no kneeling. They did America the Beautiful, and then they did National Anthem thereafter. And it was. I wish now I would have watched Aretha Franklin, or not Aretha Franklin, but Gladys Knight sing that, which I'll catch it on the internet. But I watched it until the half, and when the halftime performer couldn't keep the curse words out of his song more than 10 seconds, 10 seconds in, they had to blank him out. He'd go for a little bit, and they'd blank him out again. You know, this is the largest stage in the world. Most watched, up to this year, I'm sure it's not anymore, but up to this year, it's been the most watched production of any sporting event ever. Mm-hmm. And the committee that chooses the entertainment picks this guy, knowing that he can't keep his mouth shut. Give me a break.
Yeah, that's not right.
Yeah, it's just something wrong. But anyway, the Patriots have 6 rings, and
congratulations to them.
The Rams do not.
When was the last time for the Rams? 2000?
Gosh, I don't even know.
When they won against Tennessee?
I don't even know. I do know that the Mountain Home Bombers went over to Jonesboro on Friday night, and the boys got beat 56-38, and the girls got beat 43-40. The girls.
For those that aren't following, he is talking about basketball.
I was just going to go there.
Oh, okay.
So that was the beginning of the second half for the Bomber basketball conference season. So they're off behind the gun a little bit, but they'll play at home this week. I know Friday night's game is at home. I don't know if Tuesday night's is or not. I don't think it probably is not. But the girls are still doing well. They still have a chance to get into the conference play. I don't know that the boys do. I'll check with Coach Fulcher and make sure, and by next Monday we'll know that for sure. I do know that the high school wrestling match from last week got postponed or canceled. We don't know if that's going to be rescheduled yet or not. They were to wrestle Jonesboro last Thursday, and because of the sicknesses, they postponed or maybe have canceled that. If they've canceled it, it's going to make a tournament nightmare for the conference tournament. So hopefully they'll reschedule it sometime this week, because the conference match is
this weekend.
So it'll make it tough.
Seating may, I believe, some of that is subject to change. I know they've got some seating done for the conference part, but then you got seating for state that's going to be kind of crucial to see what happens. So I don't know. Like I said, they're hoping to reschedule, but I have not got it confirmed. So
is the state seating not based on the conference finishes?
To a point, but I know they actually spend a day with the coaches, all coming in and arguing about where to seat their kid. Travis will probably go down there and spend a good part of a day just arguing seating, making sure kids get in the right places.
Yeah, because it's not, okay, here's Mountain Home, they're fourth in the conference, fifth in the conference, and here they go. All their players take fourth. It's how'd this kid wrestle against this team.
Yep.
And so it's more of a match play than it is a team play.
Exactly.
So it's going to be a little bit different the way it's panning out, but I'm sure they'll get something worked out and it'll be all good. So
hoping with the weekend off and having a couple days there at the end of school, they kind of get that illness out of here, and hopefully we have some healthy wrestlers coming back for this week. Get ready, I'm hoping.
Yeah, because they're down to the wire. I mean, it's a conference, and then bam, it's state, and then it's over. So
we got
that illness can really, because when you're, like you said, it takes some spunk to get out there on that mat, and it takes every ounce you've got.
When you're not breathing right, because you're stuffed up, when you're not, everything affects that match. So
you have no energy.
Yeah.
I mean, I had the flu last year, and it just drains you so bad that you just don't have any energy. And I was told by a doctor that for every day that you're down, it takes 3 days to recuperate.
I can see that.
That's rough.
So if you're down, and if you don't keep your fluids up, for every day that you're down, it's just bad.
Well, they got conference this weekend, then they'll have the next weekend off, and then they got state.
So it's around the corner is baseball.
Coming up, I think they pitchers report sometime around the 11th or 12th.
Razorback baseball starts next week, I believe.
NCAA. Major League, minor leagues, yep.
So there is a little bit of hope for some
Daytona
live sports.
500 on the 17th of February. That'll be fun to watch.
Arkansas Razorbacks beat LSU, number 19th ranked LSU
by
1.
Yes, that was good. 90-89, I think, wasn't it?
It was a little bit different, yeah. It was.
That puts Arkansas, I think, in the top 25 now.
No.
I thought they said it did.
Oh, I can't imagine it pulling them up that far.
Oh, let me see.
It'd be exciting. I don't think the ratings are out till noon, but check it.
How'd that be listed? NCAA basketball ratings?
Yeah. Standings. Oh, there you go. Rankings.
Or standings right there. That's what it says there, right?
How did the youth team do Saturday, Scooter?
Well, the youth team headed up to Lebanon, Missouri at the 2019 Missouri Nationals, and they actually hit a record between the 2 days. Over 1,400 registered wrestlers showed up. That's amazing. Yeah, they had a split session on Saturday, which is the championship day. What they did is they started the younger kids, the 6 and under, 8 and under, and 10 and under, in the morning, and ran them through the morning, and then brought the older kids in the afternoon. There was 106 teams showed up for the tournament. And after the morning session, the Mountain Home Flyers were ranked at 16. So that was really impressive.
Out of how many teams?
106.
Yeah.
That was really impressive for me. But
top 15%.
We had 2 fifth-place finishers in the early session. Mason Peterson, he is 6 and under, 35 pounds. Malcolm Douglas, 6 and under, 50 pounds. And we had 2 second-place finishers, Kalen Fraunfelter, 10 and under, 130 pounds, and Peyton Smith, 6 and under, 35 pounds. Where it got us is in the afternoon session, and mainly because illness, my kids were dropping out like flies before the tournament. So we ended up with only 2 competing in the afternoon session, where I should have had quite a few more, 6 or better. But we did have one place. Austin placed 4th at the 14 and under, 130 pounds. And That did drop us down in the standings to 26 at that point, but we didn't have a lot competing. So, and then of course it went on to Sunday. Sunday was a novice tournament, so kids that have been wrestling less than 2 years. And we had a few finishers there. In 5th place was Xavier Clark. He was 14 and under 140. 3rd place was Brody King at 6 and under 40 pounds. We had 2 second place finishers, Max Smith, 10 and under 70 pounds, and Peyton Smith, 6 and under 40 pounds. So it was a great weekend for wrestling. We needed this getting ready for our state. So it was nice to hit that tougher competition coming in, and it was just great. I mean, you're talking about, even placing 4th or even 5th in some of these tournaments. There's kids that, I know Austin had a 16-man bracket, and then there's another kid that had a 32-man bracket.
Wow.
So when you place in there, you've wrestled quite a bit to get to that point.
And the youth tournament at state is when?
It is not this weekend coming up. It'll be the next weekend, the 15th.
15th, 16th.
Yeah.
That Arkansas LSU game, that was LSU's first SEC loss this year.
Yeah. Sure enough. 7:30, let's take a break. We're going to come back with the Norfork Panther bowling coaches, and they'll join us. We're going to talk about their season and their upcoming conference match or conference tournament, and we'll be back.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detail services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
Why would I recommend Hospice of the Ozarks? Because I know the people that work there, I know their hearts, and I know that their desire is to help people with the suffering and the anxiety and the things that can come with either terminal diagnosis or a terminal condition. We want them to have a peace of heart and to have a comfort and to know that someone's there to help them through that so they can enjoy the time that they have.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
Monday Morning Sports, we've got the Norfork Panthers bowling team coaches, Deanna Klaus. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And old Bodenhamer.
Old Bodenhamer, yes.
Look at all that gray. Where's that coming from?
That's what happens when you school teach, right?
But you don't even have kids at home anymore.
I still got one, but yeah, that's what happens.
Kind of grows on you?
Yeah, for sure.
Tell me how your season went.
Well, this year we did pretty good in our regular season. We had 10 matches that we played this year, and on the boys' side of it, they did pretty well. I've got a lot of juniors and seniors, which that's important to have. Didn't have to force any of the 9th graders in, or 10th graders, new guys at it. So my senior boys did pretty good. We won about 8. We won 8 matches and lost 2.
How'd the girls do?
I think we ended up 6-4.
6-4.
Did well. Yeah.
And how's your makeup? Is your
I've got 2 starting seniors that returned. I've got a brand new senior that's starting. I got another senior and 1 junior that's starting. So we're losing a good group this year. And I've got a 9th grader starting. So
you open that up from 9th grade on up, Kevin? Is it 9th grade through 12th?
Right. It's 9th through 12th graders can come out and bowl, and we've got a good number of kids. I know that the girls team has got a lot of 9th graders and young ones, and so they're up and comers. Now a lot of mine are juniors and seniors, so they'll be rotating out, which I'm going to be having to recruit. Going to have to definitely work on some 9th and 10th graders next year. I got a good core of juniors, though, good boys. But, you got to keep that feeder coming. Get those 9th graders involved. There's some 8th graders that are, already come up and have visited with me and said, hey, I want to play on the girls or the boys team next year. So that's what you got to have.
Your conference changed this year. We were talking a little bit off camera about how the conference has changed. What is Norfork's true bowling conference?
You want to handle that one?
Our classification, we are with the 1A, 2A, and 3A are all grouped together. And when bowling first started in the state, they had to group them together to have enough to even play. Well, it's grown. So now I believe when the classifications came out this year, there's over 32 schools competing in the 1A, 2A, 3A conference, whereas some of the other conferences have as little as 11.
And what conference are you guys actually?
We're 1A. We're Class 1A school, and we're competing with 2A and 3A. Okay. So this year, we instead of having, usually it's an East and West conference. This year, our division has an East, West, and a Central conference, and they'll take 5 teams from each of those to go to state. So there'll be 15 of us at state instead of 10, like it's been in the past, and like it is with every other conference. So.
So I know that all these small towns, the 1A, 2A, 3A, don't have bowling alleys. Do y'all just meet at a general location to match up, or I know y'all bowl at Driftwood.
We bowl at Driftwood
and Bull Shoals.
Flipping bowls out of Bull Shoals, so we meet them over there. They meet us here. Batesville, south side there. Izzard County comes up here and bowls. We have gone to Horseshoe Bend a time or two and met them there. So yeah, we just travel wherever.
Yeah, and in the larger schools, they don't travel. We go to Jonesboro and bowl, and there's like 12 teams that bowl out of that bowling center, and then they don't go nowhere. They're gonna just get their schedule and never go.
If you want to come here. If
right.
you want to bowl, let's come here.
If you want to come up here, you're gonna have to come up here. But that's something that I wish we could. Like Mountain Home's got a bowling team. Said Flipping and us. But our bowling alley, and we love Driftwood lanes, 16 lanes, none of us will ever get to host like a conference tournament or even state tournament because our bowling center's too small. We're always going to be on the road and traveling. A lot of times we traveled to Jonesboro this year. Mountain Home was there. They were at the same time bowling other teams, and we participated in a lot of events with larger schools and larger centers. So that's kind of, we'll go anywhere and play anybody at any time. Kind of our philosophy, but it's nice to have home matches every now and then.
Yeah, something you can call home.
Yes,
yeah.
Yes, for sure.
How you lost Ron Bowie last year?
Yep.
How big of an effect did that have on you this year?
It's had an emotional effect. I don't think it's had an effect on our playing as much. The kids just come out and do their thing. His son Landon has come out and helped us some, which has been great, and his family's been super supportive. It was a huge loss for our school, for our community. He was just such a great part of all of that, and he became a Panther over the last 10 years. He became a Panther, and he became a part of who we are. It's been hard, but I think the kids have handled it really well.
How many state championships have you guys got between the two of you?
We're like Tom Brady, I believe, with six championships.
He had to go there.
Yeah. I know you stayed up all night watching that.
I was up all night. No, actually, I turned it off a little bit after halftime. It was kind of boring.
We've gotten 6 state championships. I have lost count on the runner-up. We both finished state runner-up last year.
Girls have 3, boys have
at least 2.
2 or 3.
2 boys. We've been runner-up. So, yeah, we've had some good teams over the about 12 years now that we've been at it.
How did the Ron Bowie Memorial Tournament? You had a tournament fundraiser, didn't you?
It wasn't a fundraiser.
It was just a tournament.
Yeah, we normally host every January our Norfork Invitational bowling tournament. This year we renamed it in his honor, and had Southside Batesville and Flippin come up, and we had a good time with that. It was a good event. I mean, Ron and his family was there. It was good to see all of them, and they got to watch all the kids having a great time and get out and bowl. And we still have his scholarship available too at First Integrity. People still want to donate for the Ron Boy scholarship. Hey, it's still there. Drop by a First Integrity there and make a donation.
Is that to be an annual thing that you'll give it out every year?
Yes, sir. That is to be an annual thing. Last year, Maddie Dillard.
Maddie Dillard got it last year.
She was our recipient last year.
So it'd be one boy or one girl, not one of each.
Just one.
Just one. Has Norfork put any kids into college bowling?
No, I don't think so.
And there's a lot of kids that I've asked. I sometimes have coaches holler at me and say, "Hey, if you got any, perspectives and yeah, there's some good bowlers there that could be." And you ask some of the boys or some of the girls, like, "Hey, what's your plan?" Well, I'm going to go to the University of Arkansas. I'm set in stone, or I'm going to Arkansas State. Now, Arkansas State, in Jonesboro has a Division I women's program.
Is it an intramural program or is it a sanctioned?
It's a sanctioned.
It is sanctioned now.
And they're really good. I mean, they're in the top 10 in the NCAA, but not a lot of. They'll go ahead and they'll continue to bowl. That's what we've come up with is, those kids that bowl with us, they're like lifelong bowlers. They'll be up, and we see a bunch of them, don't we?
Yep, we do.
We go up there and we'll bowl, and there's a guy from 10 years ago now with his wife and then his little kid, and they're up there bowling.
Mm-hmm.
So I like to see that for sure.
When does your bowling season start?
We start practice in September. And our first playing date is right after Thanksgiving. It's our first actual time that we can play, and we start our season then.
But your kids can get together at any time without coaches, right?
Sure.
Yeah. So is that what happens in September? Is that
we practice one day a week starting in September. We have a couple of those practices. We kind of get our team set, have like tryouts, and then we start bowling every week. And then we have quite a few of our kids that come up on Sundays on their own in the afternoon and bowl. The bowling center, Driftwood, lets them come bowl for $1 a game anytime that they're not with our team.
Mm-hmm.
So we practice on Wednesday afternoons officially every day starting in September every week, and then they come up on their own some and do what they can.
Good deal. So we're going to take a break. Might as well go now. We'll come back. We're going to talk about the conference tournament that's coming up and the state tournament that's coming up. So Scooter, take us away.
When you need durable and comfortable hospital scrub stat, you need the Uniform Shop. The Uniform Shop is the place for top quality uniforms, carrying a great selection of name brands including Carhartt, Cherokee, and Gray's Anatomy, as well as shoes from Clogs, Softwalk, and Landau, stethoscopes from Littman, blood pressure cuffs, scissors, name tagged retractable, compression socks, paramedic BDUs, and Rocky boots. The Uniform Shop also offers customizing, embroidery, as well as minor alterations. Let us put you in uniforms. Shop the Uniform Shop. Take a step back in time when going to a barbershop meant more than just getting a haircut. Come into Legionnaire's Barbershop today, a unique gentleman barbershop. Get back in style from a former celebrity hairstylist and a licensed barber instructor who are trained in tonsorial arts and lock removal and happy to give you a straight razor shave. Legionnaire's Barbershop is veteran-owned and operated and located at 848 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. For a full, old-fashioned barbershop experience, stop by Legionnaire Barbershop today. Your car is a member of the family, It takes you where you need to go, and it makes sure you are safe at all times. When a wreck or accident happens, trust the only place that will treat you and your vehicle like a person, not a number. From collision repair and windshield replacement to paintless dent repair and hail damage removal, Dent Boys can cover all your automotive repair needs and make sure you are satisfied every step of the way. Call or visit the professionals at Dent Boys today and see the Dent Boys difference.
If you want the best breakfast or lunch in the Twin Lakes area, then you've got to come to the Old Time Restaurant. Voted the best breakfast and lunch for 2011, the Old Time Restaurant not only gives you the Southern hospitality right when you walk in the door, they also offer scrumptious breakfast options to curb that early morning appetite. Or stop in later in the day for a tasty sandwich, salad, or a daily special. If a sweet tooth is your guilty pleasure, you can't go wrong with a pie lady cooking out over 30 different types of pies. That's the Old Time Restaurant located on the square in Mountain Home.
We're back with Deanna, Klaus, and Kevin Bodenhamer, the coaches of the Norfork Panther bowling team. Wednesday is their conference tournament, going to be held at Jonesboro Hijinks. Is that what they call it now? Hijinks?
Yeah.
Going to be a big deal.
It's going to be quite a big deal there.
How many lanes do they have over there now?
Oh, I would imagine it's 32, or I mean,
36,
it's got
32,
it's got
like
quite
that,
about twice the size, I know, Driftwood. So at least 32.
And you're going to have how many teams competing for the?
I think in the 1, 2, 3A East, was there not 11 of us?
10 or 11.
Yeah.
And they'll take the top how many and go on to state?
Top 5.
So you'll have 5 from the East, 5 from the West, and 5 from the Central to go on to the state tournament, which will be played in Fort Smith next Wednesday.
Next
correct?
Thursday.
Next Thursday. Oh, Valentine's Day. You said that earlier.
Valentine's.
Yeah. So bring your sweetie so she can.
Valentine's in Fort Smith? I don't know. I don't know about that. But we'll be there.
Beats
yes.
Little Rock.
Yeah, sure.
So you feel pretty confident both teams will make it to the state?
If we go down and if we do what we have been doing in the regular season,
yes,
I think we're coming. Our last match was last week versus Mountain Home, and we played the best match. We beat Mountain Home, but that was we were hitting on all cylinders then. If we can continue to do that, now it's a little tougher at Jonesboro. If you love 7 and 10 pins, you'll see a lot of them at Jonesboro. So it's always been a tough house for us. But if we come in and do what we've been doing for the last month, after we come back from our Christmas break, I think we'll be successful and make it to the state tournament. And I think that's for the girls too.
Girls too. We have days we hit on all cylinders and we can beat anybody in the state, and then we have days we're not, and you just don't know. So, but we always tend to get ready on big days like that. So,
Hijinks is synthetic. Is it just synthetic approaches, or they have wood lanes, or is it synthetic all through?
Pretty much all of it's synthetic. I mean,
Is it pretty much wherever you bowl is synthetic now?
Pretty much. You go to some of the older houses, and, and there's a big difference. That's why some of the teams like to come up here to Driftwood, because our lanes, don't you think, will be pretty much what you're going to see at a conference and a state tournament is those type lanes. So they like coming up here. We go down to Batesville. Of course, that's an old house, and then some of their approaches, some of their lanes. I mean, they were probably built back in the 70s or 80s. And they're kind of seeing their better days.
I was thinking that Batesville had synthetic approaches, but they still had wood lanes. They may have changed that in the last couple of years, but
it's
a little bit different that way.
Yeah, it is. And that's somebody else that we just now picked up, in the last year or two, Batesville. We always go down and play Southside. Batesville has a team. Concord plays out of there. But, now Batesville. Pioneers have got a bowling team. So hopefully we'll continue to add more.
What classification are they?
I think they're in with Mountain Home. I want to say they're 5.
I think they're 5A. Yeah.
I think they're 5, yeah. We bowled against Batesville during our there was a tournament down at Hijinks back in January on the 9th and played with Batesville. And they're new at it. They're new, but it's a closer team anyway. So we might have to add them in the future.
What classification is Flippin?
Flippin, I think, is now 2. I think
so you'll see them again.
Yes, we'll see them.
Yeah, and
you'll see them at the conference.
That's the oddest thing I ever saw, because we're going east, and that flipping is, I guess the divide line was the White River.
And they're going west.
They're going west. Yeah, and we have been with them since day one.
Yeah.
We've started with them and been with them, and because we just had east and a west is all we've ever
Right,
had until
right.
this magically appeared, this summer by the AAA that we're going to have a central, but they got shifted west. So they're going to, I think Susie over there told me they were going to Rogers over to Fast
Going
Lane.
to Lowell, yeah.
Yep, going over to Lowell. So we won't see them unless they get to the state tournament. So yeah, that's weird.
So Deanna, what's your forte? Is it the individual match or is it the Baker field?
Probably our individuals. We've struggled with Bakers. At the Ron Bowie tournament, we actually had some really good Bakers and started putting that part of the game together. If we get that part of the game put together and bowl our individuals as well as we can, we'll be in good shape.
Explain to the viewers what Baker is.
Okay, Baker is you take 5 of your athletes and they will bowl one game. So each player in that setup will bowl 2 frames. So player 1 will bowl frame 1 and frame 6, player 2 frame 2 and frame 7, and so on. So you'll bowl, and we bowl 4 of those at conference and state. You bowl 3 into your six players you put in for individuals will bowl 3 games, and then you'll bowl 4 team games, 4 Baker games.
And they'll rotate lanes every game?
It depends. The facilities are different. On the individual games, they'll flip-flop on a pair, and then we'll probably move a pair. And then on the Bakers, we usually move a one lane each time.
What's your girls' high score for the season? Individual score?
I think Whitley Lane had a 182 in one of our matches, and she's a senior, first-year bowling. So
First-year bowler.
Yeah.
What's your high Baker game?
I think we had a 160-something last week.
Kevin, how about you? How does your team fare on the Bakers?
Well, that's all. We sometimes we're good, and sometimes we're not as good as I want them to be. I mean,
Are they ever as good as you want them to be, though?
I'm always going to push them.
There you go.
I mean, that's what I'm going to do with it. But yeah, we've done pretty good. I mean, we've shot 214s, 220s a couple times, a lot of 180s. That's where I tell my boys, we have got to make sure that in the Baker matches, I mean, they give you 300 pins, we got to get at least half. And really, I want them to get 180 or 200 would be even better to get some distance between us and everybody that's trying to trail us and push us. So, we do okay at it. We're going to practice it a lot more today and get better at it. Our individual side of it, got some boys. Russell Sawyer's one of my senior boys, and he shot 240s, 250s, a couple of games in that range. Had Ty Rawson shot a 168 the other day, and some 140s and 50s. We're going to have to sprinkle in a few of those, games coming up at conference and state, some really good ones, and make sure everybody else. I told them yesterday, I said, hey, you got to make sure that you can bowl 240s, 250s, but if somebody shoots a 110, that's going to kill the average. I said, you cannot get anybody below 150. It's got to be 150 or higher. So that's what we are out to make sure that they get the individual matches, take care of that, and then get right to that Baker and continue the momentum. Now, at conference and state, too, and Klaus will probably can tell you this, the boys get to go first. So we get there, and it's supposed to start at 11. It's about an hour and a half just the boys bowling. And then we'll stop for an hour and a half, and we'll let the girls do their individual bowling, which the gap can sometimes, if you're got a momentum, will slow and cool you off. I mean, it's about a 2-hour break is basically what it is. And then we'll all Baker bowl together at the end. You can get, whatever, 20 teams. Everybody needs one lane. You can handle that. But, yeah, I like it when we're clicking to keep it rolling,
They just don't do it that way.
They just don't do it that way. I'm hoping, and some of you guys may have visited Fort Smith at their bowling world over there.
Oh, yeah, I've been there several times.
So you guys have seen how many 80-something lanes in there. Now there, we'll all be able to, even with 15 teams there, all of us get out there and two lanes.
If they will.
If they will.
Well,
yes.
We did 6-7A state there one year, and they didn't. Wow. It was still boys first, then girls, then boys, then girls.
Yeah.
They didn't even do the boy-girl Baker at the same time. It was boys finished, then the girls came.
Well, we'll hope Jeremy Oxford over there we need to call him. make sure we can all
See how it
get
goes.
our stuff and get back home. Yeah.
When will you go down for the conference?
We usually leave the day before, about noon on Wednesday. We'll leave, head down, and get down there. We like to get down there, get checked in, go take them to eat somewhere nice, and then usually go bowl, go get a practice in before.
Yeah, when we got a long way, as we do, as the state tournament in Fort Smith, we go down the day before. Like to take all. None of our kids, I don't think, have ever been. Some of them have bowled there, just on individual. Mom and Dad take them, have done the
That's
bowling
the first
world.
team trip over
but
there
I think that's
in a while. So
we've been there in many teams before me and her, but you know.
The bowling world can be intimidating just because of its size. So getting there a day before and getting in there and rolling an extra frame or two is not a bad idea. How many kids total will you travel?
I've got nine girls, and I think we got 11 boys.
Yeah, I got around 11 boys.
So we'll have about 20.
We usually try to keep at least around 12.
10 to 12.
10 to 12, yeah, in that range on each team. So
let's go back to the Ron Bowie Memorial deal. Are y'all doing any kind of fundraising to support that scholarship, or is it perpetual, or it's doing its own thing, or how's that working?
I think the family's working on that. I think when season's over, we get a little more involved in trying to help with some fundraising. So when our season comes to a close, we'll get with Kim and Landon and Courtney and try to figure out Whitney and figure out what we need to do to raise some funds for it. So we raised a pretty good amount last year, so I know there was still money left in the account after we distributed that first scholarship, and they debated last year about doing 2 scholarships, but they decided we'll just do one and try to get enough money in as we build the money up that it will kind of take care of itself in the future. So
Well, good deal. Anything else you want to throw out?
not that I can think of. We're just anxious to get to the conference tournament and see how we do and get to the state next week. And
Over the years, how many all-conference bowlers have you had? Lots?
Lots, yeah.
Any individual state champions?
no, we had a bronze,
We
had a bronze
I was
medalist,
thinking
a couple of
I think
bronze.
Kendall Fisher one time
Yeah.
had been a medalist.
Yeah.
I don't know if he was a gold or. The years are going on, Bob. You know, the older we get, the harder it is for us to remember stuff.
Yeah.
And but yeah, we've had some medalists before. I know Jessica Hoffman Coca. Yeah,
Yep.
she was. I remember that. But we hope to get some medalists. But again, we want to bring back state championships and conference championships too.
Well, while we are so successful, I think is more of our team. We hardly ever have one individual that is just outstanding above everyone else. We have 2 or 3 that are really good,
They're
and
feeding
then
off of each
everybody
other
else bowls well. Whereas a lot of the teams we play will have 1 or 2 really good bowlers, and then their 5th and 6th bowler are not good at all. And that's what makes our team successful, is all of our kids can bowl.
Having depth, it matters.
Yes.
It really does.
Yes.
Well, you've got a school that's small enough to the 7th and 8th graders that are coming on see the success of the program and say, I want to be part of that. You know, everybody wants to be part of something successful.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys have done that with your bowling program, and it's been good. Doesn't look like it's going to let up anytime in the future.
Not planning on it.
No. Keep it rolling.
Keep it rolling, as they say. Rolling.
Yeah.
Well, good deal. Well, we just going to keep on rolling till we're done?
Keep rolling till we're done. You
All
got a
right.
minute and a half.
Minute and a half. Anything
You got
else you
about
got?
a minute and a half to
I'll
fill.
say this too. You're talking about our smaller schools, and luckily we've got a lot of kids that they're involved in a lot of sports.
Mhm.
Dual athlete. Remember, you know.
I'm a big dual athlete kind of
know you
guy,
are.
so
That's why I bring that up. Is that, you know, Coach had mentioned Whitley Lane, who, you know, man, she's awesome on a basketball court, but first year bowling, senior, she's dynamite on the bowling alley too. And that dual sport, you know, I got a lot of my boys, they're basketball players. And we always trying to navigate that minefield this time of the year too, because of the district tournaments are next week. You know, the junior districts are this week, so it's always walk on shells sort of
In fact,
thing.
they kind of had to rearrange the district tournament for basketball next week because the semifinal night was scheduled on the same day as we were supposed to be at Fort Smith for state. So, and it was also affecting ICC. So they ended up getting that rearranged to move the semifinals to Friday night. So
they did move it.
They did get it moved.
Wow,
so
that's good. That
it
they're
was
willing
good.
to be accommodating to
yes,
do that.
It was well, it's for kids, so if you got a problem with it, you got a problem with kids. I would think, in my opinion. So
where does ICC bowl? Batesville?
They go to Horseshoe.
Bend.
Wrap it up.
Go to Horseshoe.
Yeah, they go to Horseshoe Bend. They've been up here. They like to come to our place.
All right, time to go. Best of luck to you. I'll
right.
be contacting you after it's over, and we'll see how it went.
All
Thank
right,
you.
Thanks for coming out.
Thank you.